guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video exclusively on housebreaking your puppy. I did touch on this when I did my washable potty pad review, but I think that got a little bit buried in the review. So now I'm going to be doing just a video on housebreaking, and hopefully if you guys are getting a new puppy, this will help you out. Now, I am not an expert by any means on anything I do here on my channel. I just like to share, and I've owned dogs for many, many years, and in that, I have found things that work, things that don't work, and I figured I would share with you guys in hopes that maybe it would save you some time, because you know, I go to YouTube as well and look up videos with anything that I want to learn or do, and I find that it's really helpful. So hopefully this will help you guys too. Now, when you get a new puppy, it is very, very important that you commit to watch your puppy the entire time when they are out and about. So the things that you're going to need to housebreak your puppy is either a crate or a playpen. This will serve as an area to put your puppy in when you cannot watch the puppy with both eyes 100% of the time. Now, all of my pets do potty inside on washable potty pads, which I have explained before. However, the principles that I'm going to talk about apply to any sort of housebreaking. So if you are going to be bringing your pets outside to potty, then you can do these same steps because the principles remain the same. So make sure that you have a playpen or a crate for those times that you cannot watch your puppy. Now, when I say that you have to watch your puppy with both eyes, I mean you have to watch them with both eyes when they are not in their little contained area. If you find pee-pee or poo-poo like anywhere on your floor and you didn't actually see your puppy squat to pee-pee or poo-poo, then it is your fault, and just clean it up and move on. If you are finding those little accidents, then you're not watching your puppy. And I know that it's hard, believe me, I've done it many times, and it takes a lot of commitment. But just know that while it's a pain in the butt in the beginning, it does pay off when you have a well-trained dog who will go where you want them to go. And that is the next step in the process. You have to decide where you want your dog to go potty and what works best in your situation. Now, I know that I have gotten, a lot of comments about my dogs only going potty inside and them not going outside, and I've already discussed that. However, I do want to say that it is up to you and your specific situation as to what is best for you. So you need to do what's best for you and your lifestyle. For me, what's best for my lifestyle is for my dogs to go inside on potty pads. That may be different for you, and that's fine. You don't have to do what I do, because everyone has different needs and everyone has different, different ways of doing things. So if you decide that you are gonna want your dog to, go outside to potty, then that's what you need to start out with in your training. If you decide that you are gonna, have your dogs go inside to potty, then that's the way you're going to train. But the principles are going to remain the same. So this is what I did with Stassi. And this, like I said, will apply to any situation with a new puppy and housebreaking. Whenever I couldn't watch her with both eyes all of the time, she was in her playpen. Now, when I first got her, I had made her playpen a lot bigger than what it is now. I have a Rover Pet playpen, and I figured, oh, well, I'll let this, I'll make it a little bit longer. So it was 2 foot by 6 foot wide. I had her bed in there, her water bottle, and a potty pad. Well, she was a little puppy. She was only 12 weeks old. And that was too big of an area for her. So she wouldn't know any better. So she would potty like in between the bed and the potty pad. So she was going on the floor. That told me that that area was too big for her. So I shrunk it down to what she is currently in now. I've just kept it this way. And that is a 2-foot by 4-foot playpen. And that worked out perfect because that was just enough room to put her bed on one corner, her potty pad on the other corner, her water bottle stand, which takes up a good bit of space, and some toys. So she really had no other choice than to go on her potty pad because she wasn't going to go on her bed where she slept. So she would just automatically go on her potty pad. And then when it was time to take her out to play, then I would just watch her the entire time. If I saw that she was sniffing, circling, anything like that, I would immediately take her over to her potty pad and I would tell her a phrase. Now, you can use any type of phrase that you want to use, but it's important that you get a potty phrase down, so down pat. So that every time you say that phrase, your dog will associate going potty with that phrase. And once you do that and they get used to that same phrase or word, then they will potty on command. And all of my dogs will potty on command because that's how I train them. So what I would do is if I would see her circling because I was watching her, then I would take her over to her potty pad, and my words are potty potty. So I would just say, and look, she looked at me like, what? What do you want me to go do? But I would say potty potty, potty potty, potty potty, over and over and over again ad nauseum. And I wouldn't let her move from that spot. She would move from the spot. I would put her back on her potty pad. I would keep saying it, potty potty, potty potty, potty potty. She would move a little bit away. I would put her back because I knew she had to go. And I would just keep saying that over and over until finally she would go, and then we would throw a party. We would be like, yay, good girl, and I would give her a little treat. Well, she caught on pretty quickly that is what I wanted her to do. That is the phrase that I wanted, her to associate pottying with, and that she would get a nice yummy treat when she pottied. Now, of course, she had accidents, and like all puppies do. But like I said, if you catch an accident on the floor and you actually did not see your puppy do it, then you need to back up and realize that you're not watching your puppy close enough and make a conscious effort to know that, okay, I'm not watching her. She needs to be in her playpen, or she needs to be in my lap. I would do that a lot because I didn't want to put her in her playpen all the time. When I was busy here at the studio, I wanted her to, have time out. I wanted to hold her. So I would just hold her. If I couldn't watch her, like if I was doing something on my computer and I knew that I couldn't keep both eyes on her, I would hold her because she's not going to potty in my arms. And then say I was holding her and I knew that it had been a while since she pottied, I would bring her to her potty pad, use my phrase, and then more than likely she had to go because that's the time that, she had been in my arms a while. And usually as puppies, they're going to pee quite a lot. So I would say every 15 or 20 minutes, I would go to that pad. Now, if you are pottying outside, you do the same exact thing, the same thing. Instead of bringing them to the pad, then you would go outside and you would bring them to the spot outside where you would want them to potty. Still use the phrase, over and over and over again, still treat them, and then throw a party when they potty where they're supposed to. Give them a little treat, and then come back inside, and that is when you can kind of ease off watching them like a hawk, because if they just went potty, then you know that they're not going to potty again but only for like 10 or 15 minutes. So you don't get too much freedom from watching them. That does get a little tiring, but I promise you, if you do that and you are in tune with your puppy, then you are gonna have a housebroken puppy in no time at all, because they're gonna catch on pretty quickly and you're not gonna leave them very much slack to mess up without watching them. Now, what do you do if you are watching them and they squat to pee pee or poo poo? You are gonna immediately go, make like a real crazy noise to kind of stop them, and then bring them to their area, whether it is on their potty pad or outside, and let them finish out there. Now, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna already be finished, but it is important that you bring them to their spot so that they can associate, I squatted to pee, oh, nope, I need to go in my spot to pee, you know, the rest of the way, even if they're already finished. So even if you know that they're finished, you're catching them in the act, bring them outside or bring them to their potty pad, say your potty words, and believe me, they will catch on. Now, at nighttime, it's going to depend on what you want, again, for your pet. If you want them to use the potty pads, then that's pretty easy. You put them in a playpen, you put their bed, their potty pad, and they're gonna go on that potty pad because they're not gonna go on the place that they sleep. Just make sure that the area is not very big so that they really have no choice but to go on the potty pad. But if you are wanting to crate train your puppy and only have them go outside, then what you're going to have to do in that situation is you're going to have to put them in a very small crate. Use a crate that they can only stand up in, turn around, lie down in comfortably, but not too big. If they can go to the other side of the crate and potty and then sleep on the front side or the back side of the crate, then it's too big. So it really has to be a very small crate. I did train my Chihuahua, Chi-Chi, years ago this way. She was crate trained. She did go outside to potty at that time. This was 15 years ago. And that worked out really good. However, when she was a puppy, I did have to set my alarm when I first got her, I would set it for every 2 hours, and I would go bring her outside. And then we'd come back in. She was just like a newborn baby. And then we would gradually increase that time to where she was holding it for the 2 hours. Then I would set my clock for 3 hours. Then I would set my clock for 4 hours until finally she was able to hold it through the night. And then immediately when we got up in the mornings, I would go and take her outside to her potty spot and she would potty. We would still do the same thing during the day, as far as if I wasn't able to watch her, she would go in her crate. You know, same exact principles. Also, you will also want to watch when your puppy eats. After they eat, they will usually need to go to the potty. So usually 10-15 minutes for most puppies, they are wanting to go to the potty. So make sure you take them to their spot after they eat. And that usually, you usually can catch them when they need to go at that time. Also, at nighttime, it's a good idea to remove the water so that they're not going all night long. If you are crate training. Now, if they're in the playpen like I do now with their potty pad, then you don't really have to do that because you have the potty pad in the crate or in the playpen with them. So those are a couple of different ways that you can potty train your puppy. Again, you have to pick what is best for your lifestyle. For me, I am very, very busy. I run a very busy photography studio. I work a lot. And so for me, it's just easier for my pets to have their playpen and have their potty pads, you know, and that way I don't have to worry about going outside, taking them out and doing all that. I understand that's not for everyone though, so you do what is best for you. You do you, boo. That is my motto. So I think that pretty much covers everything. I did want to say though, one other thing. If you are training using the potty pads, another thing that you can do that will help, and this is something that I did with Stassi in the beginning, is when we would be, she would have her potty pad in her playpen, but then I also would keep a potty pad out, like in my office. And then that way, you know, she was a young baby. She was a little baby. So she didn't at first know that I had, you know, she had to go run back into her playpen to potty, which that's what she does now. But in the very beginning, I would have a potty pad in the room with us. And that way, when she was out playing, she pretty much caught on quickly that she found that potty pad and would potty there. Now, obviously you don't want, you know, 10 potty pads all around your house. So eventually, once she got the idea of going in her playpen more to potty on that potty pad, I picked that other one up. So that now all I have is the one in the playpen, and that's the one she uses. Here at the studio, now at the house, I do have potty pads in different places because my house is rather large, and there's, you know, I have 4 dogs and they all use the potty pads. So I do have potty pads in different places. So that's another thing that you want to think about if you are potty pad training, is where you're going to put those potty pads. Think of good locations, that they're not going to be someplace that you are going to hate later. Wherever you start them out at, you're going to want to keep those potty pads in that area. Now you can add a couple of potty pads while they are very young puppies and then take those away, but you always want to keep your main potty pads, like wherever you start that, you want to kind of keep them in those areas. That way they will get a routine as to where to go, and you're not switching things up all the time. Now I will tell you that one downside of using the washable potty pads is that rugs are a problem, because they sometimes can't distinguish between what's a throw rug and what's their potty pad. So that is one negative of training the way that I do, but I'm willing to give up that and pick up the rugs. I don't have throw rugs down in my house. And I'm willing to do that because the convenience of training and having them go on their washable potty pads far outweighs that for me, but it's a personal choice. So I think that pretty much sums up everything. If you have any other comments, please leave it in the comment section below. We love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye guys. Good luck with your puppies. Right? Good luck.